You all can hear me now, can't you? Please say yes. Sound? Yes? Don't want to fall at the first hurdle here, guys. Please tell me you can hear me now. I'm starting to hyperventilate. Oh, yay! Fabulous, fabulous. Right, okay, so I'll just start that diatribe again. I want to thank you all very, very much for coming and joining in here. This has been something that I've wanted to do for ages, and well, we kind of thought that we would manage maybe April time, but obviously this year's gone out the window. So, you know, we got there in the end. I wanted to start live streaming in April, and this is November, but yeah, okay, we're here. It's fine. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. So I want to know from all of you, just because we're not officially started yet, how are we for sound and light? Is everything reasonable for now? I'm also really enjoying all these names that are coming up in the chat, because I recognise all the names. I'm like, oh, it's the Cave Friends, yay! Oh, Sue Ellen got her sketchbook and her journal from Paper Blanks, and she's happy. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Well done, Sue Ellen, and I'll take a bow for being your enabler. You're welcome. Okay, looks and sounds good. Yay! Excellente. Oh, everyone's buying the Paper Blanks. If you guys go back and look in the comments under the Paper Blanks video that I did on the sketchbook, Paper Blanks commented on that. I got completely overexcited with myself about that. I really wanted to reply to their comment and say, yes, so now that I've reviewed your sketchbook, you can send me free stuff anytime you want. Hint, hint. Is that cheeky? We need a name for cave fans, says Roseanne. You're all cavers. You're just cavers. Everyone's a caver. I'm a caver. You guys are a caver. The Paper Blanks sketchbooks are exceptional, Cheryl. They really are. They're really, really nice. The one that I had, though, that's my only complaint, is they were too big. Like, I like a square format sketchbook. I know maybe I'm just weird, but they're kind of cumbersome to carry around, but I'm hoping that they take note and maybe they will bring out like little diddier ones. That would be nice. Yay! Just too much sketchbook, says Katara. Yes, absolutely, I agree. Okay, so let's just have a quick sort of set some boundary stuff here, and I'm hoping that maybe more people will join in as we go along. Obviously, you're all welcome here. This is a safe space. And it's a space to talk to each other, to talk to me, for me to talk to you, and like common sense guidelines. We will tolerate adult language as long as it's not used in a derogatory fashion or in a negative way towards someone else. If you're going to chuck in the odd like potty mouth word, that's absolutely fine. We'll be okay. We have the lovely Green Hat and also the lovely Thea. Those are our moderators. So if you spot any random trolling coming into the chat, if you want to at them and let them know, they will deal with the appropriate people accordingly, and everything will be absolutely okay. Just want to say hi. I'm sitting here looking at the chat like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Morning from Australia. Hello, Karen S. That's impressive. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. You've obviously got up earlier. Bless you. Thanks for coming. Debbie the Doodler says, glad to see you live. Yes, hello, Debbie. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Oh, goodness me. Oh, this is a little bit overwhelming, actually. I'll tell you a funny story, though, just before we get started. I woke up this morning and, you know, obviously thinking about live streams, and it is just after 7 o'clock in the evening here in the UK. And this morning I woke up with an absolutely cracking cold sore. And it is blatantly obvious on camera, I haven't had a cold sore for about 8 or 9 months, and they're usually stress related. So clearly the whole idea of organising a live stream has stressed me out so much that I've got a cold sore. I don't know what to do about that. Oh dear. Hello from Bath, says Rachel. Hi, down there. Bath's lovely. I've been to Bath. That's nice. And Tracy is in Baltimore. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh, I'm just like mega highs, everyone. Okay, since you guys are on time, obviously we, as discussed before, and as I noted in the description of the video, we're going to start with some colouring. So since you guys are all here and nice and punctual, you get a choice, okay? So the two options are, would you like to start an absolutely brand new colouring page in Kirby Rosanna's Worlds Within Worlds? And I have picked out a page for this. If we go for this option, it's going to be with Polychromos pencils because they're my favourite. Or would you like me to continue on with the page from Hannah Carlson's Seasons with the Castle Arts pencils? So let's see what comes up in the chat in there, and we can make a decision on that. But you didn't think you'd have to participate this much, huh? Yeah, see? Oh, we've got someone from Texas as well. Hi, Just Being Beth. Nice to see. Oh, Just Being Beth, I need to send you an email. I will do that post-stream because I received your email and it was in my junk mail. I'll get back to you on that one. Thank you for coming. I look beautiful today. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's really... I don't feel beautiful, but thank you. Okay, Roseanne wants something fantastical. And Terry is saying aloha from Hawaii. Ooh. Amethyst Rock would like the first book, which was Worlds Within Worlds. Oh, I think we've got a bit of a Kirby thing going on. Oh, you're such a bunch of rebels. Okay, clearly we're starting a new page with Kirby. Okay, you might regret your decision here, but okay. Alright, so we're now at 3 minutes past 7, so let's get going. I'm just going to say blanket hellos from now on. It's like blanket salutations. I'm not going to keep acknowledging new people that come in through the chat as I go, but I might say an odd hello. But I do appreciate you all being here so much. I'm just going to... oh my god, there's 40 of you here. That is absolutely ridiculous. I was hoping for like maybe 12 to 20 people. You guys are amazing. Oh, thank you, Lucy. And she's from Yorkshire. That's funny, Lucy. My husband, Mr. Jem, he's actually from Lancaster, but he spent a lot of time in Yorkshire, and often people think because of his like weird hybrid accent that he's from Yorkshire too. So nice to have you. Dales are lovely, by the way. I don't think I can keep up. I wasn't expecting the chat to go so quickly. Anyway, right, I am going to switch the cameras now. Are you ready? This is all going to get a bit fancy. Oh, look, there we go. So, yes, we've got Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosanna's, and I did earmark a page that I kind of took a bit of a tickle to. And I'm really in love with Mr. Sloth here and his little hanging village underneath. So what do you guys think about that? Do we want to go with Mr. Sloth? Yeah, he might be a good option. And I will be doing it with Polychromos just because they're my favourite pencils and I need some sort of comfort blanket and all this. Because I was damn nervous before we started this live stream. Mama Gem's here. And I was just pacing about the house and I'm going, Mum, I don't know if I can do this or not. And she's like, you'll be fine. As Sue Ellen says, don't forget thumbs up, everyone. Thank you, Sue Ellen. Yes, please. The more thumbs up, the better. That would be amazing. Elise loves sloths. Well, that's a good start. And Cheryl also loves sloths. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of love for the sloths. Okay, right. Let's just do it then. Let's go for it. Woo! My next question for you, chat, is would you prefer me to put off the face cam and just concentrate on the page, or do you actually want to look at my face? Because I will happily turn the face cam off if you don't want it. Just going to manoeuvre my pencil rounds here. Well, my poor Polychromos. Oh, you have the square pencils, Amethyst. They have quite similar colour schemes, so you'll be able to find something that matches. I do have my swatch book here as well, guys, and I can show you the pencil colours in the swatch book if you want me to, if you want to pick out like an alternative pencil for later. Katara says face cam, please. Oh no, everyone likes the face cam. Oh no. Fliss says you have a lovely face, but turn it off. We want your lovely mug. God. That's hilarious. Okay, right. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll get the top-down camera sorted out. We'll get zoomed in a little bit. I'll leave my face for a wee while. I might turn it off later. Shows your face parts. Thanks, Green Hat. That sounds a little bit illicit, but okay, you know, why not? I'm just going to turn this. I actually, like, this is the centre of my desk here. So I'm just going to move you guys round a bit. Right, okay, so let's do this thing. I feel quite professional sitting here. I've just noticed that there's a Ms. Robertson that's come into the chat. Now, this is important because Ms. Robertson is, in fact, Scottish, although she doesn't live in Scotland anymore. So, hello, how you doing? All right? Cheryl's using her Faber-Castell Classic colours. And do you know what? They're great value pencils, Cheryl. They're amazing. Absolutely amazing. And Tracy Cromwell says she's lost some of her polychromos. I will do my best not to use deep purple or light green, but I can't make any promises. Okay, right, so let's make a start then. I'm trying to decide where to start, and I actually feel like the background might be the best place to start, but that's not very exciting in terms of colouring, is it? But I'll tell you what, I'll get the swatch book out and we'll get some inspiration and maybe we can go from there. We'll try that method and see if that works. I keep looking at the clock and I'm like, it's 8 minutes past 7 and we haven't started colouring yet. Oh man. And my swatch book's missing, I'm going to have to go and find it. It's just as well I'm organised, isn't it? Woo! If you can hear the barking in the background, that's Pippi, and it's Mr. Jem's just come in, and I've just heard Mama Jem go, shh! Okay, polychromos, here we go. Right. I would not like to live in the house at the back of the sloth. It can get smelly there. This one here, Amethyst Rock. In the line of fire. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Oh goodness me. You might see the puppies later. I've actually got Jock in with me. He looks kind of nonchalant as he usually does. And let's see if Jock, do you want to come and say hi to everyone? You want to come up? There we go, there's Jock. He's such a good boy, aren't you? You're a good boy. It would be nice if you turned yourself round, but I know you're not going to do it because you're shy, aren't you? That's a good boy. He's getting too old for this kind of thing. Right, okay. I was kind of thinking like a sunrise type of thing, and this is a bit impromptu, and I'm hoping you'll be able to see it. But on my phone, if I put that down there, can you see this picture here? This is actually taken out in my garden, and that was taken a few mornings ago, and the sky was absolutely amazing. So I was thinking, maybe not as fragmented as that, but that type of colour scheme maybe we could use if you think that's a good idea, and we can pick out some pencils. Yeah, just a thought. Seeing as it's to hand. Lorianne says, hi, Jock. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Puppy kisses. I don't know if you can classify Jock as a puppy. He's 9, but yeah, okay. It was a good photo, Green Hat. I was really impressed. I was out in my pyjamas with the camera going, quick, quick. Right, okay, let's go for it. Unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to use a purple. So let's take a look at our swatch book here. I'll try and get you zoomed in a little bit here. I do have manual zoom, so we shouldn't be out of focus at any point. Okay. What if we start with maybe a mauve at the top? That sounds good to me. We could have mauve like up here, and we could bring it down into maybe like a sort of lighter colour. Again, I need to keep looking at the picture, this is the problem. And into some oranges. Bring the mauve in further right. Okay, right, okay. So we'll go mauve and we'll pick out orange glaze, I think, as well. Let's make that our starting point. Mauve. Orange glaze is one of my favourite pencils. Considering I'm not an orange person, that's quite impressive. And then after that, we're going to get into yellow. So I'm going to pick out a dark cadmium yellow and also this light come on, autofocus, light yellow glaze. Okay, pop that up out the way. So dark cadmium yellow, light yellow glaze. Where are you? Yeah, okay. That's us, we're ready to rock and roll, guys. Now, I need to make sure, this is really odd because it's not my normal desk setup. Obviously I've got a lot more stuff round about me, and this is one of the downsides of being in the first live stream because I'm going to have to just learn to gauge stuff like that. Okay, so I've got quite a pointy point going on here, nothing crazy, and I'm going to use the pencil on its side and my hand's going to be all the way back here, and I'm just going to start putting this in up at the top here. It's only taken me 13 minutes to actually get going colouring. Are you not impressed, guys? Ooh. So we'll just take our time. I may have to change this technique just because there's a lot of itty bitty bits here. But I just want to put a little line down along the top here, and we can, you know, we can build out from there. That's fine. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Live on the telly box. Oh. Thank you, Geeky Eva. I do live in a beautiful place. I'm very, very lucky. The problem is that in the winter it is absolutely grim here. When we go into January, February, it's not a place you're ever going to want to live because it's bitingly cold, it's damp, you're up to your ears in snow all the time, and there is a period of time where you're absolutely not even getting out the driveway, you know, or you're not getting out of the house. We have it's a dirt track that comes from the main road up to our farm, you know, up to the yard, and it's ensconced, that's a good word for a Tuesday night, by trees on either side. And if we get to the point where things start to thaw and freeze, you're snowed in. You're not going anywhere. So it's very pretty, but it has its downsides as well. Tracy Cromwell is asking, is it hard being a lefty? I wouldn't know. I've been a lefty all my life. That's all I know. I can't say it's caused me any major problems over my life, apart from anyone else that's a lefty, please chime in here. Left-handed scissors, I can't use them. I don't understand what they're supposed to do. And every time I try them, I can't cut through anything. I just use right-handed people's scissors, but just with my left hand and they're upside down. Is it just me, am I a weirdo, or is that actually a thing? I would love to hear your opinions on that. Chatting and colouring at the same time can be challenging, says Colour Me Honest. I've gotten pretty good at it, but it's taken me 4 years to get there, so yeah, you know. But I'm literally just sticking a layer of this down, and it's the same thing I do in all my videos. You guys have all stayed and got ready for this live stream, like, oh, James just doing what she always does. Sue Ellen's a lefty, and she can't use lefty scissors, but you're ambidextrous. Okay. Scotland's Bureau of Tourism are just fired. I've just got everyone sacked. Oh, goodness me. Oh, wow. I'm glad to see that I am not the only person that's got a problem with lefty scissors. Karen is asking about manual sharpeners, so if anyone wants to chime in about sharpeners, please do in the chat. I'm gonna get a move on here, otherwise we're gonna have nothing coloured by the time this hour ends. So I'm gonna start building up the layers from the top here, and you can see I'm doing it just in this little section, and I'm just gonna work a section at a time. Now what I want to do here is I want to get in a reasonable amount of this colour. So I'm keeping my pressure pretty light. And just at the very bottom, just before that, where this trunk part starts, I'm going to introduce another colour. But I want it to be like predominantly the mauve colour. I love the word mauve. Can you tell? So this is the kind of depth that I'm looking for. If you look at the very, very top of the page here. This is the kind of depth that I want to have. You know, a nice rich colour. Right along here. I'm loving the fact that no one can use left-handed scissors. Who even invented left-handed scissors? I mean, come on. Like, pfft. Hot Potting Mad also got called lazy on a school report for being left-handed. Oh, that's nasty. That's proper nasty. Okay, I've completely changed my mind on the colours here. I want to introduce a pale blue colour, almost like a greyish blue. And again, if I'd been a bit more organised, then I might have you know, got this sorted out beforehand. But if you can see these colours down here, I maybe want to incorporate a little bit of that into what's going on up the top. And I know the very pencil for it. And that pencil is sky blue. And again, I want to show you in here for all of you that want to pick out pencils in your other pencil sets. So this is sky blue here. It does look slightly more vibrant on the camera than it is. This is actually quite a pale blue. So that's something for you to go and check out if you want to use pencils. I would like to say as well, probably tomorrow after we're finished here, I will be putting this video up, this live stream up as a video. So if you want to go back and look through for colours and things, you'll be able to do it, but it'll probably be later on tomorrow before I get to that. So don't panic if you're wanting to follow along and you're like, oh, Jem keeps changing her mind. I'll be okay, I'll be fine, I'll be alright. So I'm going to pop this in and I'm just going to sort of blend this in here. I do want this to be a really like gentle, nice sky. I want it to be quite soothing because sloths are very sort of relaxed, chilled out creatures. So that's the kind of vibe that we want to get from this page. And all of you know when I'm doing this, I'm just using a medium pressure. I'm not going ham with it because you don't need to. And that's blending in there absolutely beautifully. Oh, lovely. Oh, what are you doing, autofocus? Please stop. Okay, that should prevent any further problems, one will hope. When Katara was growing up, she wasn't allowed to be left-handed and it was beaten out of you. Yeah, that's really common. I had a teacher and it was at primary school, so I would have been maybe 7 or 8 at that time, and she was actually left-handed. And in the UK, you used to get the belt, so you'd get taken out to the front of the class and the teacher would have a belt strap and you used to get like lashed with the belt if you'd been bad, and it was usually a ruler or the belt across your hands, and if she used her left hand, that's what happened to her. And it was only when she started teaching that she decided she'd had enough and she wanted to use her left hand. And now she's retired now. She's well into her 70s now and she's gone back to being left-handed, which I think is just awesome. That's like really nice. Really nice. Okay, so I'm quite happy with the sort of gradient I've got going on here, but you can see that my mauve's quite patchy. So I'm just going back in there and I'm just going to try and even that out a little bit. I actually don't mind having these kind of lines shown because it kind of gives the idea of sky, but it's a wee bit too rough, you know. There's a shop in Gran Canaria. Nina Fairy is saying this. There's a shop in Gran Canaria called Lefties. I'm sure it's just closed though, so I don't get it. Left-handed clothes. I don't know. Pass. Maybe you should go in and ask. Just satisfy all our curiosities. That would be amazing. Okay. I'm going to start moving over now. I think if I'm going to live stream colouring pages, I'm going to have to get much quicker at colouring or else we're going to get absolutely nothing done. Is it just me? We've got lots of little awkward spaces here, so... Just being Beth said, got a feeling this page is going to go at a sloth's pace. You're so right. You're so right. I'm sorry, I'll try and speed up. This was supposed to be relaxing, god damn it, you guys. I tell you what, I'll finish this little top bit and then we can work on everything else. That'll be fine. It'll be okay. See, now I feel like I've got to hurry. Like, oh, come on, Jem, quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. I'm loving all the lefty chat. Question for right-handed people. Do you guys have the same sort of sense of unity that us left-handed people do? Because I always find it a bit of a triumph when I find someone else that's left-handed. And, it's as if we're part of, like, a secret society and we've got, like, a kinship. Is that the same for right-handed people? Sue Ellen, I appreciate you saying don't hurry, but I kind of feel obligated. Do you guys really want to sit for the... Because we're almost halfway through our hour. Do you really want to just sit for the next half an hour watching me do this part? I mean, surely that can't be fun. Green Hat says no, us righties are boring. That's funny. Oh. I just wondered whether it was obviously the statistics and everything that comes out about left-handed people. It is more common to be right-handed than left-handed. We know this, but I just wondered if you guys felt you had the same sort of, I don't know, camaraderie, is that the right word? As us lefties do, because it's definitely a thing for lefties. I'm quite proud to be a lefty though. When people say, "Oh, you're left-handed," I'm like, yeah, as if it was my own doing, you know. Nye says that the sense of unit or group tends to come from being a minority. I would agree with that, and that applies to a lot of things. That was a very profound comment, Nye. Katara's saying when I'm talking about Russian, the colouring, she said it's mostly about the chat. Colouring is ancillary. And Arty Jules says she gets excited when she finds other people that are ambidextrous, which is even obviously less common than being left-handed. I could just sit here and look at the chat all day, saw the colouring. Jackie Garcia, she's saying that her son is the only lefty in her family. I am the only left-handed person in my family, and I've traced back both sides. So Mama Jem's side, which is the Scottish side, and also the Italian side as well. So that's Papa Jem's side, and there's no one that's left-handed. I am the only one. So I'm like a proper recessive gene. I'm literally like a faulty gene. And you know what? I'm totally fine with it. I'm comfortable with my left-handedness, and no one's going to tell me otherwise. No one is going to tell me otherwise. It's never caused me any problems, to be fair. Apart from not being able to use left-handed scissors. Ah! You can hear Pippi wuffing. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Okay, how do you think we're looking? Does that look pretty, guys? Does it look okay? Maybe, yeah. I don't like all these itty bitty bits. They're not great for what we want to get on with here. Itty bitty bits. I'll maybe put a little bit of my blue in here. Try and mix it up a little bit. I just love the Polychromos pencils for how they blend. Like I'm not even using any sort of robust blending technique here. They go really well on this paper, and I just absolutely love them. I do think I'm not really one to push certain types of pencil. I do have my favourites, obviously, but it is very much down to preference. But if anyone is out at sea about buying a certain type of coloured pencil, the Polychromos pencils are great, and I know they're expensive, but you can buy them a few at a time and build up your collection. And I just love them. They are my go-to pencil. Definitely my go-to pencil. Oh, Lucy. Lucy's new to adult colouring, and she's still stuck in the phase of feeling I'm not making any progress. Does anyone have any tips? Well, Lucy, you are in the right place, because there are lots of people in this chat that are very experienced colourists. So, chat, please lay all your best tips on Lucy and give her a little hand and make some suggestions as and where you can. Lucy, you might regret asking that question. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, I love you guys. You chat, you're amazing. The Caver chat is amazing. You're all firing in your tips for Lucy. This is why I love you guys, and this is why I wanted to live stream. But I honestly, I know we've been the cave's been here for nearly 4 years now, but it's always been me doing videos for you lot. And this right here, what's happening in the chat right now is absolutely phenomenal. You guys are the absolute best. This is why I love you. So thank you, and keep those tips coming for Lucy, because she needs them, I think. Tracy's saying it took her a year to get her whole set of Polychromos pencils, but was it worth it, Tracy? Please tell me yes. Sue Ellen's giving hugs. She's like, oh, in the chat. Hugs in the chat. Meanwhile, back in the cave, Jem's not getting anywhere fast. Oh my. I'm determined I'm getting this little corner done with these pencils. I might colour the foliage. The foliage. Pip is literally outside the cave door and she's lying growling. I can hear her. It'll be too low for the microphone to pick up, but she's there. She's doing it. She's having a bit of a waff, and Mama Jem's giving her into trouble. She's going, stop it, Pip. That's a good point, Tracy. Watch lots of YouTube videos. Lucy, if you want to get a really comprehensive idea about adult colouring, check out Colour with Claire. Thea or Green Hat, could you provide a link to Colour with Claire's channel in the chat for Lucy, please? And also to Peter Hewitt's channel. Peter doesn't stream or post videos anymore, but she's got a lot of really good instructional videos. So yeah, mods, if you could post up some links to those YouTube channels, I would really appreciate that. And obviously if that helps anyone else, that's great. I learned the things that I learned from Peter Hewitt. She's one of my favourites, and she's a great teacher. And although she doesn't post videos anymore, her information and her videos are invaluable, and they're highly worth watching. and she is also, she's an Aussie. So if I don't think we'll have any Aussies in the chat because it's like not good times for them to be on right now. But yeah, if Thea or Green Hat could post, thank you Thea, excellent. Yvonne's advice is if you're not enjoying a page, move on. Now that's interesting. Ooh. Thanks for posting those links, Thea. That's really good of you. Lucy says she found both of them through me. Okay, so I'm trying. I'm trying to help. Yvonne says Emily Illustrator is lovely too. There you go. There's someone else you can go and check out. And Emily is quite. She's quite. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. Prolific, that's the word. She's quite prolific. You know, she has a lot of content regularly as well, and it's quite fresh content. She does a lot of live streams. Definitely worth checking out also. Thank you, Yvonne. That was a great suggestion. Eve Anderson says, sometimes I find having a reference photo for colour ideas. That's something that I do a lot. Well, if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm always banging on about reference photos. But yeah, definitely, I'm a huge believer in that because you need to learn to look at the colours that are there, not what colour you think something is. Does that make sense? I seem to be getting here. Getting on a bit here. Keep moving the book out the way. I'm sorry, guys. I'm too busy looking at the chat. Oh, lordy. It's because we're right up in this top corner, though. Okay, so just before I move on to some of these leaves, this is something that I always do. And again, I don't know if you guys do it as well. I'm going to have to stretch. Excuse me, stretching. Over here. I'm a bit of a post-it note monster. I've always got post-it notes. But what I will do is I will write down the colours that I've used on this post-it note and I'll stick it to the opposite page so that when I come back in like a week's time or whenever it is, you know, it jogs my memory a little bit. So, and weirdly when I'm writing down the colours, I always use the darkest pencil that I've used to colour on the page. I don't know why. So we've got mauve. Mauve. What else did we have? We had sky blue. Orange glaze that we've not used yet. But these are planned colours for the sky, so it's important that we note them down. Where else did we go? Dark cadmium yellow. Decad yellow. Shorthand, you know. And light yellow glaze. Yellow glaze. Who knows how long it'll be before I come back to this. This is really, really important information. Stick it on that side. Okay then. So we'll focus on this little group of leaves up here. Now, I just want to zoom out a little bit because I need to talk to you about my theory behind this. I want my sloth to be a sort of auburn, not even auburn, maybe like a reddish ginger colour. So I have to make sure that we've got contrast between him and this big thick log that's behind him. But with the detail that we've got on it, I want to put in quite a lot of green there, you know, as if it's turned sort of mossy colours. So by proxy, for these leaves to stand out, I want them to be a really bright green. So we're going to have to pick some vibrant greens here to make sure that everything's going to be jazzy and all the rest of it. Excuse me while I have a sip. Thea also has post-it notes in every book. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Mrs. CB says it makes her feel better because it was only her that thought that wrote down the pencils. No, there's lots of people that do it. You are definitely not in your room with that one. And Eve Anderson says she finds it helpful to take the page out of the book and put it on a clipboard, making it easier to colour wherever you feel more comfortable. That's a really good tip. If you've got any sort of issues at all in terms of physical positioning to colour, it is really a good idea to take it out of the book. I'm one of these people that just likes things all together and organised, and I would never take a page out of the book, even with my weird hand. Like, I still wouldn't want to do it, but that's a great tip. Well done. I think this might be the comment of the night. Green Hats just said, does anyone else think the sloth looks a bit like an Ewok? Totally does. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so anyway, back to the colouring once again. Let's pick out some greens. So we want some nice, vibrant, bright greens. So let's get back in here. Isn't it funny when I open that swatch book, it automatically falls to the start of the Faber-Castells? That's no coincidence. It's because these pencils are well used. And they've got some lovely greens. Look at these bad boys. I think I want like almost like eucalyptus-y type colours. So maybe light phthalo green, and we could head into chrome oxide. This was a pretty colour. Definitely light phthalo green, I think. Again, one of my better used pencils. That's the second one, by the way. Yeah, I think chrome oxide green fiery. The dark phthalo green's a bit too dark. And again, that doesn't show up very well on the overhead camera, but the chrome oxide green fiery is a bit more kind of lively, I think might be the word that I would use. Let's see if I can dig it out anyway. There it's there, right there. And we can maybe pick out a shadow colour if we feel that things are looking a bit flat. Donna agrees that we do have an Ewok. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Katie. Yes, you did make it. Well done. Thank you for joining us. Green Hat says the sloth needs a name. Yes, yes, he does. Right, I'm taking suggestions right now for a name for the sloth. Thea's talking about a colour cave Discord. That might be a bit of a touchy subject. I might as well rant on about that for a while. Right, okay, I'm going to start with the light phthalo green. Here I am in tutorial mode. So I'm going to cover all these leaves in this top corner with that. Just a really quick light layer. A little bit of that. Oh, I've missed a bit of sky in the middle. I'm going to have to get in there. Naughty gem. See, you guys are distracting me. This live stream thing's no use. It's no use. Will I put a little bit of... No, I won't put any blue in there. We'll just make it move. There we go. Okay. Anyway, meanwhile, back with the light phthalo. Oh, Yvonne suggested Bernard as a name, or if you're in America, Bernard. I think I want to call him Bernard. Does he look like a Bernard? Oh my god, yes. Yeah, right, okay, it is now Bernard the Sloth. Congratulations, well done, chat, for your contribution. He looks like a Bernard. Oh my goodness. Bernard the Sloth. Oh, you guys are amazing. Oh, I'm having the best fun. I'm actually having the best fun. You know, this is the part, normally if this was a video, I'd be saying, not doing anything different. Oh, I can hear Mr. Jem. Mr. Jem is home. I can hear his dulcet tones talking to Mama Jem. Sheree says Sir Slothington the first. Oh, God. No, I'm in love with Bernard. I'm afraid it's Bernard. Thanks for your input. Bernard Slothington, yes. Bernard Slothington the first. There we go. Job's a good one. Yeah! I like it. I like it. I like it. That's funny. Y'all are amazing. Yeah, so just to get back to the Discord thing, lots of people have suggested it. And I'm on Discord for a few things. I'm in a few Discord groups. The problem for me is time. If I start a Discord, it has to be moderated. It has, it's something else for me to keep up with. And for those of you that have been here for quite a long time, you know who you are. I'm looking at you. I am so tight for time, it is untrue. And to have something else to manage or moderate or even just set up, I would be stretching myself really, really thin. And it would probably be to the detriment of everything else. So it's not something that I'm overly keen on. I'm not saying I wouldn't consider it in the future, but for the time being, a Discord is something that I just don't have. I don't have the beans for it, guys. I don't have enough left in the tank for stuff like that. But I do appreciate that it's something that y'all would really, really like. Okay, so I'm going to my darker pencil now, but we have to decide about light sources here now. This is important. And I feel that what's going on, these are very much like foreground leaves. And I feel like the light's going to be coming from our background because we're going to have all these lovely oranges and pinks and everything. So essentially this picture is going to be backlit, which means everything up front is going to be really dark. So we want to stick in as much of our darker colours as possible without, you know, like obliterating what's going on. So I'm going to start round the outside here, and we'll probably have to do a lot of building up here and only have the tiniest hint of the lighter colour shown through, just so that we can really get that feel for the fact that the light's, you know, coming from the background. So let's see what we can do here. I'm very conscious. Oh, Jock's chewing his feet. Jock, don't do that, please. For those of you that don't know, Jock is he's my middle-aged dog, but he's my oldest collie. He's 9. And he suffers with quite a few skin problems, and he likes to sort of randomly chew on himself. We've got to give him into trouble because we've actually found out it's more of a habit than him actually being itchy, which is weird, but it's a behavioural thing as well. Ooh, bye Cherie. I don't know where Cherie's going. I've missed that part. Okay, yeah, okay, bye Cherie. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. That is absolutely marvellous, and hope to see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so we've built up lots of colour on that side, and maybe a little bit down here too. Just have a hint of the lighter colour, and that's more to show dimension in the leaf rather than the actual light source. Tracy says you can't do Discord because Cavemas is coming. Cavemas is coming. It is, and I'm hard at work with Cavemas, and you guys, I'm hoping, are going to really, really enjoy it this year. I'm certainly going to enjoy it. Oh, okay, now there's someone just sneaked into the chat, and it's the colouring zone, and that is our good friend Helena, who has been a caver since almost the beginning. Hello, Helena, and thank you for joining us. It's lovely to see you. Green Hat wants to know if everyone else is eating anything nice. Are we going to get into the subject of chocolate again? This has come up before. Oh. Can someone please explain Discord to Teresa, because she's not familiar with it? I need to concentrate on my colouring. Also, hi Teresa, thank you for joining us. I'm really, really appreciative of the fact that you're here. I'm actually just going to, I've been so carried away doing stuff. I would really like to see how many people are actually here. We've got 51, have we got 51 viewers? Really? 48 viewers, is that right? Oh, you guys, that's amazing. I was hoping for like maybe 12 people. Yay, this is good. It's so good. It makes me happy. So Donna, this is going to be Donna's first Cavemas. Oh, you're in for a treat, Donna. You are in for a treat. Daria says that Cavemas is the highlight of the season. That's maybe pushing it a bit, Daria. The thing about Cavemas is it's a natural time for me to do something like that because I have time off from my proper job, and also it's my favourite time of year because it's the one time that I have all my family together and Mr. Jem isn't working like ridiculous hours, so I enjoy it for the togetherness and the coziness. And we've got our open fire in our living room, which is through that door there, like the other side, and it's so cozy, and I love a real tree, and just that real sense of calm and being together and appreciating the people that are round about you, and also reflecting on the year that you've had. Like, that's a big thing for me. It's not really about food and presents and you know, that it's not about that for me. So it's a natural time for me to want to share some of that festive cheer. And it is a lot of work, but then again, I don't do anything that isn't a lot of work, let's face it. But it's just a good time to share, and it's especially good if you don't celebrate Christmas. Gives you a little bumper, something to look forward to. Or for those of you that maybe don't have a lot of family or whatever, or live far away from your family, I'm here every day over that period, so you can just come and listen to me talk rubbish. It's fine, it's good, it's all good. It's been quite successful in the past, so long may it continue. Lorianne is not eating but chopped up fruit to soak in brandy for fruitcake and now making ginger snaps. Oh, Lorianne, stop. Stop, stop, stop. I'm going to start salivating. Oh my goodness. Oh, are you away, Fliss? Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you stopping in. Bye for now. I had this dilemma before I started. In this household, we eat dinner quite late. Sometimes it can be 8, 8:30 before we eat. So I swithered whether to eat before the stream or wait until afterwards. But today I have literally been wall to wall. I have not stopped since I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, other than to go for a shower and make my hair look a bit prettier, which it's looking quite shiny, to be fair, well, minus the greys. So I decided to forego the eating to get ready for the stream. So all this talk of food's making me hungry, and it's going to be over an hour before I get something to eat. But I'll be fine. I'm not exactly going to fade away to a shadow. You know, I can afford to wait a little while to eat, so I'll be fine. See, Cheryl's hungry too. You go get yourself an apple, girl. You do it. You go for it. Oh, Joseph Owens is saying, give me the motivation to edit my scroller box video. Joseph, I'm really sorry. I'm useless for that. I hate editing. I'm sorry. If you go do it, then it'll be done, and then you don't have to worry about it. See? Yeah. Oh, goodness me. People are talking about chocolate oranges. Good grief. What am I having? Green Hat. Mama Jem has made pasta. There's a surprise. But she's done it as a pasta bake in the oven, and I think it's got chicken in it. It smelled really good earlier when she was cooking it, and she's nice enough to make dinner tonight so that I don't have to cook something when I'm finished. We love having Mama Jem here. It's good. Hello to Michelle Oldfield as well. Michelle Oldfield is a long-standing caver. So hello, nice to see you. Thank you for coming to join us. Good to see you. Laurie's going to share her fruitcake, everyone. I wish I had a sweet tooth. I really do. I'm much more of a bread and pasta and crisps kind of person. Wouldn't thank you for a bit of fruitcake, but if you were hand me a big wedge of bread, I'd be like, yes, please, I'll just take your hand while I'm at it. Just dawdling along there with these leaves. Just colouring away quite the thing. Oh, Tim, bangers and mash. If Mr. Jem was in the room right now, he'd be like, That's one of Mr. Jem's absolute favourites, bangers and mash. He's a simple fellow. Good bit of gravy with it as well, Tim, yeah. Hi, Debbie. So, Nina Fairy, are you telling me that you have procrastinated on editing videos in order to sit in on this live stream? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Naughty, naughty. I'm absolutely flattered though, but naughty. This green looks really pretty against my background so far. I'm happy I picked these colours. It's good. Okay, Just Being Beth has put something in capitals, so I suppose I should pay attention to it. Jem, I just got to ask, is Kerrygold butter really popular in Scotland? It's actually an Irish butter, and the answer is no. We do get it here, like we can buy it in the supermarket, but it's not particularly popular any more than like our local butter. Does that make sense? A random question, but yeah, no. Oh. Hi Janet as well. Thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Oh, Thea's talking about a cheese advent calendar. No, I need a Jack Daniels advent calendar. And you do get them, but they're super expensive. And that would also mean I'd be drinking every day in December, and that's not going to be good for anyone. There'd be no cavemas if that happened. Oh, Michelle's talking about Resident Evil. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm a bit kind of skeptical, Michelle, about Resident Evil. Have you seen the other films that have come out? They're rubbish. We will see. I might just stick to the computer games for now. I did just download it. I've been playing the Nintendo Switch a lot recently rather than playing on PC or console. And they've just brought out they redid the original Resident Evil and they've brought it out on the Switch. And I've just downloaded that. I haven't played it yet. And I only remember like the very start of the game. So it's going to be like playing a new game because that was like 20 years ago. Looking forward to that though. Oh, we're talking about bangers. Oh, I'm forgetting that people won't know what bangers and mash are. Oh my goodness. See what you've started, Tim. Cheryl's partner loves Jack Daniels. Will you high five your partner for me? I've had a long standing love affair. It's almost like I cheat on my husband because Jack and I have had a long standing and intimate relationship. Low-key love the Resi films. Oh, Joseph, you and I are going to have words, sunshine. You can't be admitting to that. Let's just colour this little leaf in down here. Okay, so I've got like my base colours down here, and obviously we want to build upon that, but I want a really, really deep, dark, shadowy type look to them. And you all know what colour I use for that, don't you? It's going to be indigo. So let's crack out the indigo pencil. If you don't have an indigo, any sort of like ink blue or dark blue, or even a Payne's grey, which is a grey pencil that kind of verges into blue, they work just as well. And I can't seem to find my indigo. Oh, there it's there. Starting to get a bit worried there. Art Jules asks me what's your favourite whiskey. I actually don't like Scotch whiskey, and I know that makes me a traitor to my nationality, but I'm only half Scottish. I actually can't stand the taste of what I call proper whiskey. It's nasty. It gives me a really bad headache. Jack Daniels is the exception though, but in Scotland, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone in the US, and I know it's classed as a sour mash, but we call it pretend whiskey or kid on. You know, kid on as in made up whiskey. And I absolutely love Jack Daniels, and I've been drinking it since I was old enough to drink, and I don't know why, but that's basically the only whiskey I'll drink. I know my whiskies. For many years when I was a reprobate and I was careering about the countryside, generally being wild, I worked in many bars in Scotland, and I know my Scotch whiskies, but I just choose not to drink them because they make me kind of go a little bit. So I hope that answers your question, Art at Jules. Tim is from the USA but knows bangers and mash. Now that's interesting, Tim. I would like to know how you know about bangers and mash, because that is not a US phrase. Oh, Donna, Cavemas is going to be way more fun than this. Way more fun. The good thing about Cavemas is it's a huge variety of different things. It's not all festive videos and it's not all colouring. And I do mix in non-art videos as well, just so that there's something for everyone and it doesn't get stale because it's a run of 12 days in a row. So yeah, you're going to have great fun at Cavemas. You can go back if you check out the playlists tab on the channel. You'll be able to go back and watch the previous Cavemasses, and you can get an idea for what Cavemas is all about, and you can get yourself primed, you know, get yourself in the festive mood for it. So there we go, we're getting a bit, you can see where I'm going with this now, you know, we're really going to shade this down, make them a little bit more moody looking because these are overhanging, and get that feeling that the light's coming from behind. And we've got lots of opportunity here to layer all these colours up because we're using the polychromos. Oh, Cheryl's a sweet drinker. WKD, Baileys and strawberries and cream sidekick. Oh no, see that's my worst nightmare. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, Eve Anderson says they're from the US as well and they know about bangers and mash from watching cooking shows, cooking programmes. Okay. Cool. Alright. Llama's the best. Oh, Daria. Daria says every year she rewatches the prior year's Cavemas. Is that just to get you in the mood, Daria? Is that why you do it? That's funny. Oh, Marigold's talking about Lagavulin whiskey. If you like Lagavulin, have you tried Bunnahabhain whiskey, Marigold? If you haven't, that's an option for you on that front. Hi, Elaine. You sneaked in there as well. I didn't see you coming in. I'm glad you're looking forward to Cavemas. I'm glad. I hope you all are. I don't want to hype it up because it really is just a run of videos, but the fact is that we don't have, it's not all the, you know, the types of videos that we would necessarily have on a regular basis, you know. Okay, so I've got some quite nice shadows in. It is 1958, which means it's nearly time to stop colouring, which was making me a little bit sad, but let's face it, I'm not getting much done here because I'm too busy talking, reading the chat. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. That's funny. Oh, Patty doesn't drink. Well, Patty, that's very sensible and it's good for your health and I'm impressed. And maybe I could do with a bit of that in my life. I really could. Katara doesn't drink either because she's highly allergic to alcohol. Oh, that's tragic. I don't think you would survive in Scotland. I'm not glorifying drinking, but there is a huge drinking culture in Scotland, and it doesn't really matter what age you are or whatever, but drinking is, it doesn't matter. It's like, hey, do you want to go out for lunch today? Yeah, and let's get some wine, or let's go and play a round of golf and then we can go to the pub afterwards. It's like ingrained in our culture, and it's probably one of the reasons why we're one of the most unhealthiest nations in the world, and we've got huge issues with liver damage and such like. But it's so heavily involved in our culture, and I know that the Irish are the same. Mr. Jem is half Irish, his dad is Irish, and the first time Mr. Jem took me to the pub in Ireland, now I can drink, yeah, like, I choose not to drink heavily, but if I have to go go at it with the boys, I can keep up, and that was hard work. I was like, okay, this might even be a little bit much for me, and I think it's funny that it's just part of the culture, and yet in other places it's just not a thing. Oh, there's lots of people that are teetotal. That's really interesting. Oh, Marigold's all about the whiskies now. She's talking about Lafroig. Ooh, you like the peaty whiskies? Yes, you do indeed. Goodness me. Okay, look at you all piping in about your drinking. That's really funny. Oh, thanks for stopping in, Karen. I hope you have a good day at work. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I'm going to finish up this little corner here, and I'm going to take a very, very quick break, and it's just to tidy up my workspace and everything, and then we're going to switch over to a bit of drawing. So for those of you that have just come for the colouring, I will thank you very much in advance for coming and hanging out today. And if you have to go, then that's absolutely fine. I know you all got busy lives, and I appreciate that you've actually taken time out to come and join me. I just have to finish these little leaves here, though. It's important. Can't just leave it right in the middle. Get that indigo in there. It wouldn't be a gem colouring if we didn't have indigo. It really wouldn't. Let's just get this finished off. Geeky Eva is saying that alcohol is part of German culture as well. Yes, yes. She's saying that she can't drink due to medication, and it can be annoying in social situations. Yeah, I was actually having this conversation with Mama Jem the other night. We went out for dinner, and we were talking about being the designated driver, and I am rarely the designated driver, just because I don't mind if people are having a few beers. You know, if you're going out for a couple of beers and you're driving, that's fine. You know, I'm happy to sit and watch people drink. But when you're the only person in the room that's sober and everyone else is absolutely blootered. Now, there's a good Scottish word for being drunk. Blootered means you're absolutely like past the point of no return. Being the only sober person in the room is not fun, and I don't like it. And everyone's like, yeah, I can have a good time without drinking. I'm like, yeah, not when everyone round about you is absolutely legless. So I would rather not be the designated driver in those situations. So I can understand why that could get quite irritating at times. Definitely. Debbie the Doodler, I don't drink anymore, but I don't drink any less either. That's a peach. I love it. That's an absolute peach. Oh my. You guys tickle me. You really do. You tickle me. Let's just get this. I'm nearly there. I'm like, come on, we're nearly finished these leaves. Get a little bit of indigo down there. We'll be good. I can't believe in an hour that's all that we've got done. That is absolutely outrageous. I may have to take this up when I've got some spare time when I'm off at Christmas. But yeah, it'll be a while before you see some more of this page though. Oh, goodness me. Pints and quarts. Oh, goodness me. Right, guys, I am going to take a very short comfort break and I'm going to tidy my desk up, and when I come back we're going to get onto some sketching. So chat amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a wee second, okay? Just keep enjoying yourselves. It seems like you are already, so that's good. I'm laughing at you all talking about words now. I've just come back in. Blether in Scotland also means to talk too much. If someone's blethering, they're just talking rubbish, but it also refers to like a casual conversation. Cheryl's decided to get our alcohol from our fridge. Okay. Nina is absolutely right. Good haggis is definitely the best thing. You have to get good haggis. Oh goodness no! But why are we always talking about food, guys? Come on, I've got another hour. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I've got my sketchbook here. Let me just sort this out so that we can see what's going on. No problema is right here. So we've got options here as well. You can decide what we're going to do. I started a little bit of sketching while I went away for a few days, and I was working on pumpkins. And you can see there I've started one up in the corner and I've not finished it. So I can do that in graphite or I have a picture of one of our pet llamas and she's called Freya. And Freya likes to come and say hello and she likes to sniff people's eyeballs. Yeah. So, you know, there's that as well. So we can always start a picture of Freya as well if you have any preferences. Pumpkin or Freya? Pumpkin or Freya? Any ideas? I do have also beside me, just in case, I have my little Graphy Tint Derwent set here. The little paint pan pocket set. So we can do something with that if we make a start on Freya rather than... Well, I suppose we could use it for... That's a good pumpkin colour. We could use that, couldn't we? Yeah. What are your thoughts, everyone? Roseanne says llama drama. Oh, okay. Elise also likes the llama idea. Oh, green hat, you're going to have cold tea. I'm sorry. I didn't plan that out very well, did you? Lockdown art and beyond. Always a llama. Okay, Freya sounds way more interesting. Okay, so I'll just pull it up on my phone. I'll show you a picture of Freya. She's adorable. She smells pretty bad, but yeah, she's a good girl. She's a llama. She's ugly, but but yeah, when she like proper stalks up to you now. Bearing in mind that the llama head is like, well, taller than me. I'm not very tall, but it's the face coming into you, and she comes right up, like literally till she's touching your eyelashes, and she sniffs. And being a camelid, their top lip is split down the middle, and the top part of their lip can move independently. So she's wiggling her top lip and like proper sniffing you, and their breath isn't good either. And if you're not accustomed to it, it can be quite daunting, shall we say. But she's an absolute sweetheart, and she likes to scratch behind her ears as well. She's a good girl, is Freya. Okay, so we're Freya sitting on a pumpkin. Elaine's asking, does she scream? No, she makes little squeaky noises. The only way I can describe llama noises, for those of you that are unfamiliar with llamas, is it sounds like someone playing a kazoo really badly, crossed with like guinea pig noises. Like they make these little squeaky noises. It's very unique and quite interesting as well. Just being Beth says pumpkin, unlikely you'll get very far. Yeah, okay. That's a good point, Beth. That's a really good point. Okay, I think we've got an overwhelming response for llamas, have we not? Or maybe, I'm wondering if I can get the poll, create a poll. Okay. Let's see. Who? This is all new to me, guys. There we are, we've got the poll up now. I don't know why my mic went off there, but it did, but it's back on. Janet, no, she doesn't spit. She's not a spitter. If you want to participate in the poll, oh my goodness, 97% of you are saying yes for drawing the llama. Yeah, guys, I got that. I know some of your comments are delayed. It's just because I switched windows. I should really have this set up over two windows, but I didn't. But that's something to learn for next time. Okay, I don't think we need to let the poll run much longer. I'm pretty sure we're going for llama, so I'm gonna pick a fresh page here, and I've got my trusty little pencil case here. This is a little leather number that Mr. Jem bought me some time ago, and you can see it's creased on one side because I always go into it this way, and this side looks quite new and shiny. Hi Mona, thanks for coming. I'm back. Yes, I am. I say that was an accident. It was just a slip of the fingers. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to grab, let me have a little dig about in here. Look at this sad little number, guys. This is a Derwent graphic pencil and it's an F grade, so F stands for fine. And it's in that middle range between where your H pencils would be and your B pencils would be, but it leaves a very light line, which is great for sketching. So that's where we're going to start. And we'll see what we can do with Freya. So I've got her up off at the side here. She's just off the screen here. And the most important part, obviously, when we're talking about llamas is their ears, because that's what makes them ugly and cute at the same time. So let's see what we can do about Freya here. We'll get some ears on the go. I probably won't put all of her body in just for the simple fact that it's a lot of hair. But we can get sketching on what's going on. She does have quite big ears, you know, in proportion to the rest of her her herd mates. Her ears are quite large, but she's a good girl. So even if she's a little out of proportion, we'll let her off because she makes up for it in personality. Let's say that. Okay, so we've got a nose here. And then there's these lips coming, goodness me. See, they're moderately offensive. And then her little chin comes up and round. It's not big enough, make that a bit bigger. So basically speed sketching here, just because I've got you know, an exact reference right beside me. I find this quite easy now, but bearing in mind that I do draw a lot of animals and it's not something that, you know, I couldn't do this when I first started drawing, like I absolutely could not do this. But I'm much more free and loose with things like this now. Okay, so I know straight away that the bump at the top of her neck there, that's too high up, that top line, so we'll just take it away. This is just a really cheap kneaded eraser I've got. I'm probably due to change it. It's getting kind of crobby. But there's a lot of hair and things that goes on here. There's lots of, I call them frilly bits, but it's just wayward hair basically. Thea has crocheted a llama before. Oh my goodness. Tim says he only got an F in school. I do love an F pencil. It's my favourite pencil. It really, really is. Right, we need to put a bit more work here under her chin because she does have a chin. And then her neck's coming all the way down here. There we go. I'll pop that up there a wee bit. Maybe zoom out a wee bit as well. There we go. Alright, so we're looking a bit more llama-like here. Llama, llama, llama. Marigold, goodbye. Thank you very much for joining us. Catch Freya in her sketchy glory later. I hope so. There we go. Everything's good. Everything's good. Mama Gemini the other night. I am party to having Disney Plus. I don't know if any of you have Disney Plus. And Mama Gemini, we like a good Disney film, but we're looking for something a little bit different. And the other night we ended up watching The Emperor's New Groove, and I freaking love that film. I'm really into like the traditional, like the really old-fashioned Disney films. My favourite Disney film is Alice in Wonderland by a country mile, closely followed by Sword in the Stone. So The Emperor's New Groove is kind of like out of the bubble for me, and I have never laughed so much in my entire life. But when Mama Gem starts to laugh, it makes me laugh, and then we just like sit and kind of like hee at each other. So that made things considerably worse, but in a good way. And if you haven't seen An Emperor's New Groove, then I highly recommend it because it's very, very funny. And there's lots of familiar voice acting that you recognise as well. Really good. Oh, I can see this ongoing discussion about the contents of haggis. If you've got a delicate stomach, don't read that stuff. Okay, so we need to give Freya her eye. And it's going to be about here somewhere. Again, we'll adjust this as we go along. It's maybe a little bit too far over that way. Maybe a little bit on the big side. We can't see her eye on the other side because of the way she's standing. And she's kind of got like a little bit, it's almost like a smirk in this picture. So there's her split lip there. And then we're going to give her a little smirk, so that's kind of coming up around there. Ah, my name's Freya, I like to sniff eyeballs. So let's get some shading in here in her eye. I still feel it's a little bit big, but we'll keep it light just now. We can work on it. And our ear's definitely not wide enough there. Jules has got a themed Alice teapot, jug, etc. That's lovely, yes. Katara loves Emperor's New Groove. Yes, yes. Someone didn't like the haggis, but they enjoyed the neeps and tatties. When Mama Gem and I went out for dinner the other night, I did actually have haggis, and it was amazing. I do love a good bit of haggis. Okay, so I'm just going to start firming up some of these lines here. I'm pretty sure that I'm happy with most of these, on the outline anyway. And again, Freya's quite hairy. When this picture was taken, they hadn't been shorn. This was before shearing time, so she's still quite fluffy. So we'll let her have that sort of wayward, windswept look about her. She kind of looks like me after I've been outside looking after the cows in the winter. And she's a little bit fuzzy on top of her head. She doesn't have like what I call a hairdo, you know, like she doesn't have a fringe or anything, but she's got a little bit of fuzz going on there in between her ears. Okay, so let's start working on these ears a little bit. Get these lines in. And we want to get some shading in as well, but I think I'll leave that for the graphy tint. I don't want to do too much here. I'm going to have to do, like, fix her eye. Our eye's out of proportion. It's very, very big. And for a llama as well, she has got quite a short muzzle. Normally they're a little bit more elongated, but she's kind of stumpy on the muzzle front. Katara's got a not so mild obsession with all things Alice in Wonderland. That's funny. Tracy Scott Fordham is saying that her daughter had an obsession with that film. I would be interested to know if someone can tell me the year that it came out, because I look at it as being not an old Disney film in, like, you know, 50s and 60s, but to me it's quite a modern film. So if anyone wants to tell me what year it came out, I'd be really interested to hear that. Donna says the llama's looking righteous. That's funny. I'm just going to make her eye a little bit smaller. She's got really long white eyelashes as well, which I think are absolutely adorable, because when you've got big dark eyes, when you've got white eyelashes, like, they stand out. So we'll give her a little highlight in her eye, but this is all going to be dark in here, and then they've got a little bit more dark right in there. And again, she's got this little tufty bit coming down here. And right, okay, we need to work on her nose now. We need to get some detail in there. Janet, when I first started drawing, I did not have any drawing skills either, and this is just something that's happened over time. It's literally just practice. It really, really is. So, okay, I'm going to crack out the graphy tint here, and I'm going to start with the darkest areas. I do have water in this little water brush already. The brush is actually dirty. Goodness me, Jem. Not very good housekeeping. I do have, excuse me, stretching. I do have a little rag here which I'll use to clean off my brush. I've got loads of these kicking about, and I use them for paintbrushes and everything. And I just like them because they're a little bit more eco-friendly. They get grubby and you can stick them in the washing machine with the rest of your washing. Okay, yeah, that's good. So let's pick out of this paint pan. Now, these swatches aren't necessarily true to colour, but I'm going to go with the graphite grey. And we can test this out in the bottom corner, and I do this a lot in my sketchbook. And you can see there it's relatively innocuous, it's not anything drastic. So if we take a look at Freya, the darkest parts, which is where I always start, is the inside of her ear. So let's pop that in there just now. I'm going to move this so that I'm not stretching in front of y'all. And it's much darker down the bottom here. So let's build this up. Now this sketchbook I'm in, this is my normal sketchbook, it's the Arty sketchbook. It will take a substantial amount of water before it starts to complain, as it were. So I can't go ham with this, but we can definitely get, you know, some of the accents and things that we're looking for without, you know, haranguing the page with water too much as well. There you go. While that's still wet, we'll pop a wee bit more in there, make it interesting and just let it do its thing. And yeah, right, let's look at our eye now. So the main part of our eye here. This is what I really like about the Graphy Tint. It's really easy to build it up. So if you've not gone far enough, it's relatively easy to, you know, go back in. But also you can go back in with a graphite pencil because it's still technically graphite and it won't look out of place if you want like really dark lines. You know, if you're wanting to put like an eyebrow line or an eyelash line in, you can do it with a dark graphite pencil, like maybe a 6B or something. And it looks as if it all fits together. Love the Graphy Tint. There we go, she's looking a bit more like a Llama already because she's got an eyeball. Round her nose as well, she's got like little darker patches round her nose. So if we put her little nostril parts in here. Oh, see, she's looking sweet already. And then this split in her lip. Her mouth's actually slightly open in this picture as well, so maybe we can darken that down a little bit. Make her look as if she's like... There we go. Oh, look, she looks so cute. I've just noticed as well, like I've given her a totally fat chin. That's really unfair. Tim says art is shapes and fixing problems. Art is shapes, you're absolutely right. And I think some people overthink that part a little bit. To be fair, I completely avoid drawing humans. I find ears and fingers especially quite hard to draw. It's more a patience thing though, to be honest. I just find animals easier, but you're absolutely right. You can break anything down into basic shapes. I've lost my F pencil. Where did it go? So small, I've lost. Right, come on, let's fix Freya's chin. That's not fair on her. See, this part's difficult because this kind of like merges into their neck hair as well. That's a bit better. Yeah, okay, she's not as chubby under. Amethyst back with her toast from earlier and there's no more sloth. No, Amethyst, we switched over at 8 o'clock to drawing from colouring. That was just, I wanted to see what people would most want to see or do. Again, Freya's colouring, she has a lot of grey around her muzzle, so I'm kind of avoiding these other parts just now until they dry properly. But I just want to get that indication in, basically for my own sanity, so that I get it right. So we'll pop that in round there just now. And the colour in our eyes starting to spread a little bit and sort itself out, which is good. So we need to think about shading as well. And again, in the picture, the sun's kind of like coming down on top of her head. It was a very, very warm day in August that picture was taken. So I'm just, if I move this up here, I'm literally trying to get a lot of the graphite off of my brush here. And we're going to give her a little bit of shadow there. And that's just an indication that this part's going to be darker. And I know you can barely see that on the camera, but I'm going to build it up. And they've got this kind of like bumpy part on their nose as well. They're so ugly, but they're so cute at the same time. I love them. And this part down here is a lot darker as well, so we can actually start putting in some texture here because she's kind of hairy down there, like she's a hairy Mary. Hairy Freya doesn't quite have the same ring to it, but if I pop this in, you can build that up. You could build that up all day long, all day long. Make the llama face again. What was the llama face? Did I make a llama face? Did I miss something? Oh. Yes, Katara, she's quite considerably fuzzy. She is fuzzy in a good way. I want to start darkening down her eye a little bit now as well. Can use the graphy tint for this. You can see I'm holding my hair back out the way. I didn't actually know what to do with my hair tonight. It's such a woman thing to say. No, I very rarely wear my hair down, but I washed it earlier and it's nice and clean. I thought it was a shame just to pin it up in like a ponytail or something. But I have a lot of hair and it likes to go this way, which isn't really helpful when you're trying to you're trying to do stuff. So I'm like, oh, flick it back out the way. Like, it's quite funny actually because it's a lot shorter than it was. I did have it cut. It was almost down at my waist at one point there, and it was just getting ridiculous. And I thought I'm gonna have to go get it cut, but I'm no better off really. Hi, Sam. Okay, so we've got this bit in here. Now I'm gonna have to really dilute this out, and we're getting all sorts of funky textures going on under here. She's almost kind of horse-like. I think we get some more shadow going here. Let's do that. Pop a little bit more in there. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. Now again, we can start to work on her mane. Bring this out. The light is hitting this outside part. So ideally, if we were going to do a finished image, we'd have a contrasting background so that we'd be able to see these parts really stand out. We do not have time for that this evening. I can't work miracles in half an hour. But we can certainly work on getting a little bit of shade on her in here. Now, what's interesting is that Freya's mum, who's still there, she's really grumpy. She's not sociable at all. She does not want to be touched and she does not want to come near you. She's not interested. She's very aloof. She actually has a little bit of ginger around her ears, just on the very, very tips of her ears and down the back of her legs. And you can't really see it in the image that I've got, but Freya has the same thing right at the very top of her ears. And I think that might be a lovely touch right now, seeing as we're keeping this really simple. So I'm going to go for this russet colour. Now, the colour in the pan does not come out the same as this swatch, which I'll demonstrate to you. It's a lot more green, so I might have to mix it with some autumn brown. You can see down the bottom there, there's not a lot of red in it compared to that. This looks a lot warmer than what's going on down here. But if I grab some autumn brown, which is really red, really warm, and then quick smoosh a bit on top of that, you get something that goes somewhere in the middle. So I've got that on the end of this brush now, and I'm just going to pop a tiny little bit of it at the top here, just there and there. Wipe off the excess, and I'm just going to blend that out and like really dilute it out, because that is literally like, it's the tiniest little hint. Oh yeah. Oh, Freya, bless you, bless you. Thea was sticking her hair under her arm while she was swimming when it was long. That's really funny. Yeah, my favourite was I used to shut it in the car door, you know, like if you leant over and you oh goodness. Or if you had your window open in the car when you were driving and you closed the window, your hair was like flapping out, it gets stuck in the window and you're like, ow. Oh, long hair problems. Long hair problems. Okay, so we're going to define under our chin now. So we want this to be a lot darker because it's obviously it's tucked underneath here. So let's do that. While it's wet, we can really work that in. But if we keep the edges sort of feathered out, then we're keeping that feel of the fact that she's, you know, she's fuzzy, she's hairy. And we'll let that soften out here where the light's going to hit her down this side. I'm actually really pleased that our first live stream I'm working on a llama. I think that kind of says a lot about me as a person and also about my traditions and trends in the cave. I do like a good llama here. Oh, MJ Pete's talking about a hairy Highland cow. Did I miss something there? Janet. Oh, Janet had said I would love to see you do a Highland coo. And a coo is a Scottish word for a cow. So yes, correct. Art at Jules is asking how the pans compare to the Graphitint pencils. Other than the obvious differences between the mediums, as in, you know, one's pencil and one's paint, they're actually quite accurate. The only thing that I found is, as I just said there, see this russet colour? What's in the pan seems to be very different from the colour of the pencil, but the rest of them seem to be quite accurate. And you can use them together, like they play together great, which is good if you want to leave the pencil without it being activated with water and use it for like fine details, which I could easily do here with our friend Freya. And I quite often use them in conjunction with each other. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does make sense. It made sense in my head. Okay, so we can see we've got this defined sort of chin area now, and I just want to get some sort of more wishy-washy down here. See, when I can't think of a word for something, I just make a noise and everyone seems to know what I'm talking about. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at her. Look at her. Right, I'm going to stop there just for a second. I've got this like pull towards making her eye really cute. So I'm going to dig back into my my pencil case here, and I want to find a darker pencil. I've got an 8B, but I think that's a bit excessive, and it's also very smooshy. I wonder if I've got maybe a 6 or a 5 in here. I'm sure I've got something. I've got a 4B. Something a bit darker than that. 3B. Oh no. Oh well, it looks like it's either an 8B or a 4B. I do have the oh there we go. Let's try a Blackwing pencil. This is one of the darker Palomino Blackwings. I tend not to use them because these are really smudgy and it like squishes itself all over, but for the purposes of what we're doing, this might be quite helpful. I'm just going to turn to the side slightly. Do you like or have you used the Graphitint blocks? Asks Sue Ellen. I haven't tried them. Honestly, I don't know how I would get on with them. It's something I could. Maybe that's something worth doing a video on into the new year. Right, so I'm really going to define the shape of this eye. I've got lights shining on the screen now. I can't see her eye. Obviously, that's her eyeball, which I'm just going to define a little bit around the edges here. But the area surrounding their eye is really, really dark as well. So I'm just going to start to build that in round there. You know, where their tear duct is, the skin's black, it's not white. So we want to really get that in there. And then she's got this heavy area around the top as well. Oh, it's so lovely. Freya's my favourite. MJ Pete is saying to Sue Ellen that the blocks are very much like the Inktense blocks of colour. Now, I have used the Inktense ones and they're good fun. I just prefer a little bit more precision. Obviously, I'm a pencil monster and I like having a pointy point. So I tend to favour things like that. I'm sure the blocks would behave in a similar fashion to the both the pans here and also the pencils as well, I would imagine. Okay, so if we want to get her eyelash line in, the best way I would do this, if I wasn't in my sketchbook, I would use a white Posca pen. I've got these little, I wonder if it's kicking out. Yeah, it's right here. This is like my favourite Posca pen, and it's one of the PC1MR, so it's the smallest nib that you can get, but these in white are great for doing whiskers and just tiny little highlights. You know, if you're drawing a picture and you just want a highlight in the eye, these are absolutely great. And the nibs are so small on them. And they're not the same as the fibre tipped markers. They're finer than that and they're more robust. I'm going to be stocking these in the stash shop from next week in black and white if you want to get your hands on one, but they function in the same way as a normal Posca pen. You know, they've got a little ball bearing in them and it is a paint pen, but it gives you a very fine line. The video that I did on the pan pastel tutorial, I used, that's what saved me basically. I was drawing a tamarin monkey, and if it wasn't for this it might have been a complete fail. So these are my saviour. So yeah, if I was doing this as a finished piece, I would probably use that to get the eyelashes on the go, but in my sketchbook it's not really a thing, if I'm honest. But if we cut into that area that I've just put in just by flicking up, it makes it look as if she's, you know, her eyelashes are hanging over her eye. We'll get that right down there. But she's so lovely. And she's got this little soft grey patch around here as well. It's almost as if her eyeliner's run, you know, she's got caught in the rain or something. If you want a fine point, use a smaller brush. I'm not using any brushes, that's the point. Or maybe that wasn't directed at me actually, I never thought to look peak. Yeah, I wish the Poscas were refillable as well, and this is something that I'm going through just now because I'm really enjoying the Molotov acrylic, the dual tip pens. The laydown in them is amazing, the paint formulation is great, and they are refillable, but you've got the choice of the fat end or the small end, you know, there's like nothing in the middle, which is why I still like Poscas, because you get the weenie ones like this. But the problem with Poscas is they're not refillable, so they're not eco-friendly. The colour range is awesome in Poscas as well, though. There we go, trying to get her a suitable feature here. I really want to darken this eye down. I'm just going to go for it because this Blackwing pencil is ideal for it. Oh, look. Yeah, she's looking a bit more like herself now, like that. It's always good when you look like yourself, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to go back to my Graphy Tint now and work here up the top because she's got a shadow down here. Let's see what we can do. Put this back in the frame a little bit. So her ear's kind of like almost casting a shadow on her head. How unfortunate. That's what happens when you've got big ears. And that's coming up right there like that. I actually quite like this sort of loose sketching, especially with a little bit of Graphy Tint. It's actually quite nice. Very relaxed this evening, aren't we? I'm not going to lie, when I first started, I was really nervous before I started the stream just because it's the first one. So I hope you're all having fun. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I'm really enjoying seeing you all talk amongst yourselves down in the chat. It's really nice to see, it really is, and I'm hoping that you're getting that sort of little bit of sense of community, because that's something I've always wanted to foster here at the cave. It makes me happy to see you guys all connecting. And she's got this little ridge here. I don't know, it's almost like a brow line maybe. You know, you get horses that have got like a blaze or some sort of marking down the front. I don't know whether this is the llama equivalent. Maybe it's just the light, I don't know. But get that in there. Oh, that was too dark. Oh no. Oh no. Work that out a little bit. This is the beauty of graphy tint as well. You can keep hammering some water onto it and everything will be okay. Be fine. And there we go. We'll get a little dark bit under her eye as well. And carry this on round here. Oh, look at Freya. She's so funny. Okay, so we're going to have to do some nostril work here because they do have really long, skinny nostrils. Work that out a little bit. Alright, she's looking more and more llama-like by the second. Oh, goodness me. Everything stops for Papa Jem. Hi, Dad. How are you? Where did you sneak in from? For the uninitiated, Papa Jem was in on the first test stream, and I told him that he had to behave, and basically he just decided to come and wreak havoc for a wee while and start talking about chocolate, which set everyone off. So, yeah. Dad, just for your knowledge, I'm sure you're perfectly aware how Livestream works, but we have our two lovely moderators. We have Thea, who you remember from the test streams, and we also have Green Hat as well, and she has taken your place moderating because we didn't know whether you could get here or not, so you say thank you to her. To everyone else, welcome to Papa Jem. He's an absolute riot, and I apologise in advance if he causes any offence. Moderators, kick him out if he misbehaves. Ah, Debbie, we love your daughter. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Chocolate. Oh no, here we go. So yeah, Papa Jem, we're drawing Freya the llama from up at the farm. You remember meeting Freya, the one that sniffs the eyeballs? That's where we're at. Oh, haha, funny. So Papa Jem's saying, he's asking me where I got my big nose from. Standing joke, I get my Italian nose from my father. His nose is much bigger than mine, by the way, everybody. But thanks for drawing attention to that. I really appreciate that. Well done, Dad. I'm going to get you kicked out if you don't behave. Okay, I'm just going to start working down her ear a little bit because it kind of looks as if I just like stuck it on the side of her head. Please don't spit out your teeth here. That's not good. That's not good. Please leave my nose alone. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot more comfortable going back in with pencil. And what I want to do here is I really want to highlight the fact that she's got all these little frizzy bits. So I'm just going to work my way around the outside here. Again, see, normally you would have like a full background, but we're not going to go for that luxury right now because we've only got another 15 minutes or so. But if I just stick almost like an outline but very softly with this darker pencil here, then it's going to let that white part stand out almost like a band of white. But we'll blend into it with the graphy tint again in a minute. I think you have a lovely nose. Green Hat, are you talking to me? I'm assuming you're not making assumptions about Papa Jem's nose when you can't see him. I definitely do not have a lovely nose. It's very broken and it's very off-centre. I love that the most excitement we've had in the chat is the arrival of my father. Oh my. The other thing that we can do here now, working down her neck, if we put a little bit of grey in again, and I'll just very, very gently and work that out, and we'll maybe leave this as like a highlighted section. But if we keep going a little, then what we can do is we can go in with our darker pencil and we can start to put in some hairy llama texture. See, that should be an actual thing, definitely. Make that a proper technique. See, the other thing as well, they've got like little fuzzy wuzzy bits in their chin, so maybe I should be putting that in because that'll give her character as well. I always find it a lot easier to draw animals that I've met. Does anybody else feel that way? When I'm doing dog portraits, it's always easier if I've met the dog and cuddled the dog and, you know, said hello. Maybe I'm on my own with that one, I don't know. I feel like you know them a bit better, perhaps. A nose with character is always better than a button with nothing. Oh wow, Donna's sister-in-law had a chocolate wine. Oh, that sounds revolting. Did it taste more like chocolate or did it taste more like wine? I'm curious about that. And how particularly alcoholic was it? Because that's obviously important. Chocolate wine, well, that's a new one on me. My little water brush has started to dry up. I need to give it a squeeze. Get the water flow going again. Oh, there we go. That's us. We're all good. I want to go back to a little bit of chin here. Oh, Green Hat says that Lidl or Lidl, depending on where you're from, sell chocolate wine. It was very good, a bit like sherry. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, guys, you're on your own with that one. No. Nope. Again, just not a fan of sweet stuff really. This is about as sweet as it gets, and it's just black currant juice. It's just not that exciting. More like a dry chocolate burgundy with a sweet hint. Okay. Is chocolate tea not just hot chocolate? Just saying. Get a little bit of detailing in her nose. This is the fun part, because see, once you've got the structure down, it's basically just an excuse to fart about and just keep adding random things to your picture. Because anyone that looks at that will be like, oh, that's a llama. And what I'm doing now is just making her look a little bit more like Freya. And this is something that's taken me a long time. Like if even let's say a year ago, I would not have been able to sit on a live stream and just do this like this and create something that looked remotely recognizable. Is that the yeah? With at least not without a lot of nerves, and I certainly wouldn't have been able to do it as quickly as this. And this has actually made me realise tonight, right now, how far I've come in terms of arting. My art's maybe not necessarily got any better, but I've definitely become more efficient. You know, I can do the same thing in a shorter space of time, and I do think that's something that just comes with time. So if you're quite early on in your art journey, please take a lot of hope and motivation from this, because this is something that I actually never realised up until about 5 minutes ago. But obviously me knowing Freya as an animal, I look at her and I'm like, yeah, that's Freya. Because if it wasn't, I'd be like, oh no, I've got to keep going because it's not quite right. But now I'm just having fun making those tweaks. And it means I can chat to you guys more and look at the chat. Oh, Papa Gem's talking about Jack Daniels. Yes, we know. We've already had the Jack Daniels conversation, Papa Gem. This is not new in this chat. Draw a chocolate in the llama's mouth if you're that good. Oh yeah, okay, right, fancy pants. Who reckons we should get Papa Gem to do a live stream when he's here and see how good he can draw, huh? Yeah? Who thinks that's a good idea? I think that's a brilliant idea. See Papa Gem's drawing skills. Art Jules, I love to draw portraits and animals, but I like to draw quietly on my own. It's me time. Yeah, I have art at Jules that I don't show at all on like any of my social media or on YouTube. And that's because it's just for me, and I'm the same. I've got a colouring book that I do that with as well, because it's important for me to keep back the reason why I started enjoying it in the first place, and that's basically why. So yeah, I totally get that, and I'm with you 100% on that. There's certain things that I like drawing that are very relaxing, like trees. Drawing trees, most relaxing thing in the world. Oh, even better, Roseanne. Papa Jem has to draw after a Jack Daniels. Well, Papa Jem doesn't really drink, and a Jack Daniels would probably put him on his backside. So, yeah. Oh, there you go. That's it, Dad. Katara's saying, yes, drawing with Papa Jem. That is a live stream title right there. Drawing with Papa Jem. That would be hilarious. Oh, MGP. Do you know? I love it when you say things like that. I feel like you're a very wise mentor. You're saying it's improvement. It's called improvement, all a part of getting better at with your art skills. Thank you. You're absolutely right. I don't necessarily see a difference in the actual end product, though, to be fair, but I definitely see an improvement in efficiency. And I'm all about efficiency. I'm a very efficient and productive person. If I wasn't, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. Because I have been going all day. I have been going since 6 o'clock this morning, and I'm still full of beans. Once this live stream's over, though, I'll probably just fall over and die quietly in a corner, but that's okay. Don't worry about that later. So here I am, that this is my favourite part. Look, just me and a graphite pencil in my sketchbook. That's all I need. That's all Jem needs to make her happy. We'll get a little bit of tuftiness going on there. I do need to bring her lip up and round a little bit there. Yeah, she's smiling. She's a happy girl. She's so friendly. The next time I see Freya, I'll take a video for y'all and I'll post it up on the community tab, on the the landing page for the channel, so that you can see her in action sniffing some eyeballs. She's hilarious. Hi Ashley, yes you did make it. We've only got 5 minutes left, but I appreciate you turning up, so thank you very much. It's lovely to see you. Oh Pierre, I'm so sorry that you feel really rubbish after your booster yesterday. That's not a nice feeling at all. I hope you feel better soon. But good on you for going getting your booster. Power to you, my man. Power to you. She's got a really dark line up here as well, so we'll get that in. Build this out gradually as well. Oh, thank you, Donna. That was looking lovely. Yeah, she's getting there, isn't she? Papa Jem could be a part of a Cavemas live. Now, there's an interesting thought. Now, this is the thing, chat. There will be 2 live streams during Cavemas, and Papa Jem will be here, as in here, when those live streams are happening. So if you would like a guest appearance from Papa Jem in one of the live streams, please let it be known. In fact, let's do another poll. Let's see if I can wangle another poll here. I managed last time. I might be able to. I need to end the last poll. Okay. There we go. You have a new poll, everyone. Let's get voting on this. Let's put Papa Jem in a position here, shall we? Thea's saying the result will be 100% yes for live stream with Papa Jem. I'm going to let this run till the end of the live stream just to make sure that's what you all absolutely want, and then we'll see from there. Ha! You're not so chatty now, are you, Papa Jem, in the chat? Ha! See, he's going to regret coming in now and poking fun at my Italian nose that I got from him. There we are. So we're getting into some finer details now. This is just a rough sketch. You know, this is never going to be a finished drawing, but it's really nice to get to this stage once you're happy with your all of your sort of shading and things, and you basically, like I like to, just fart about with your pencil. This is what makes me happy, and I find this very relaxing. Because it looks like Freya, as I said, you know, we're already there, it's good. But we just make her a bit more refined now. I'm gonna have to get some more chin hairs on the go though. 98% of people. Interesting. Again, I just want to take a little quick look at the statistics. We 53 viewers. Yeah, okay. So Papa Gem, you've gone very quiet all of a sudden. Do you care to pipe up and tell us your thoughts on all of this? I love how his poking fun's backfired. Cavers, you're all awesome. I bow down to you, and that's why I love you. The chat wants what the chat wants. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's hilarious. Let's just get a little bit more interest in here. I kind of want to do more with, I feel as if our eyes should be a bit more dramatic. Like there's not enough going on here for my liking. Should be quite dark in here too. I think Papa Jim must have been the one person that voted no. I bet he was as well. See, isn't it funny though that he's gone very quiet? That's hilarious. Thanks, Donna. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. You're welcome. You've brightened my day too. Oh, yeah, here's Papa Jem piping in now. I might be very ill that day. Not wiggling your way out of this one. It's good. It's so good. Oh, goodness me. Bet y'all weren't prepared for this tonight. You thought you were just going to be all colouring and chatting about pencils and things, and now we're actively bullying my almost retirement age father into being on a live stream, but it serves him right for being cheeky. You can see where I get it from, can't you? Yeah. We will accept no substitutes. We want the real Papa Jim. Oh, you guys are amazing. Okay, I think I'm going to leave Freya at that. She's looking pretty good. Just for a quick sketch. I mean, realistically, that was only been not even 25 minutes. But you can see with the help of the little graphy tint pan, you can bring things on really quickly, even if it is just in your sketchbook for your own pleasure, which it is for me. We better put the date in that. Today is the 23rd of November, and it is 2021. Not for much longer, right enough. Okay, yeah, so I hope that was fun for you. I'm just going to switch my cameras round if you just give me a wee minute here. And you can get the full glory of my face for a moment longer. Okay. This has been really, really good fun tonight. I've had such a good time. I was really nervous about this just because it's the first live stream. And I'm really pleased that everything's gone quite smoothly, even if Papa Jem's tried to hijack things. Oh, yeah, I think we've done okay tonight. I do feel like we've done okay. I am so absolutely grateful for all of you coming and hanging out. This has been very, very good fun indeed, and I've got a lot out of this tonight, and I'm just so appreciative that you've all taken time out of your day or your evening to come and chill out. There will not be another live stream now until Cavemas. I am literally wall to wall with my proper job, which I'm very busy with, but trying to sort out stuff for Cavemas in between times and keep up the videos like our regular schedule between now and then. We will be having 2 live streams at Cavemas, and I will be making an announcement on the 1st of December, so you can look out for that. This will also be available as a video, probably later on tomorrow. I will make it available if you want to watch any of it back or just to catch up on some of the chat or whatever, that's fine. So thank you very much for coming. I'm glad everyone's having fun. So we'll see you soon.